okay, when we first joined this industry, to now residing, in a 5,500 square foot home. I'm in a very well-to-do neighborhood in southern New Jersey, where the crime rate is only 0.2%. The schools are phenomenal. We have celebrities and athletes who live all around us. For you California folks and LA folks, we lost one of our, Jimmy Rollins. He was a Philly. He was my neighbor, but now he's out in LA, so I don't get a chance to see him anymore. But nonetheless, because of this incredible industry, my wife and I have been able to help thousands of people, do extremely well for themselves. And I'm excited to share this topic with you tonight. Now, what I love about taxes, I'm passionate about this because I'm going to show you and introduce to many a way to really, really increase your revenue in your business, but more importantly, keep more of your hard-earned money that's coming out of your checks, okay, and how we can use that money to maximize your business. A little bit about my background. I went to Rutgers University. I have 2 degrees. For those who are familiar with Rutgers, we're here on the East Coast. I was a loss prevention specialist for Federal Express. I pretty much arrested thieves. I was the #1 sales rep that they had for Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Everybody's familiar with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Okay, I was a regional vice president for a 40-year-old New York Stock Exchange. I'm currently a small business consultant for the Direct Sales Association. I'm currently the senior vice president for business development for Documentation Doctors. I'm an author, international sales trainer, and a public speaker. Just to tell you a little bit about the awards I've received for the topic I'm going to share tonight, I was recognized by the Bush administration and the Obama administration for helping people save on taxes. Helping everyday average folks like you and I hold on to a picture. Sorry, I had to go back. In that picture, I received this certificate from Congress, the House of Representatives, okay, that came from the Bush administration. And as you can see there to the left, I received cufflinks and a tie pin from the Obama administration. I'm very, very proud about that recognition because it only made people, change their lives. And, and I'm really indebted to the folks who've given me the opportunity to help them change their lives. I've spoken on stages all across the country. There I am. I'm not even sure where this was. I believe it was Texas, the American Airlines Center where the Dallas Mavericks play. I spoke on that stage and trained thousands there. I've spoken on, many companies fly me in. So what I do for a living, companies, and you name the network marketing company, the direct sales company, if you've been in them, if they're based anywhere in the United States, I've been on their stages and or I've helped many of their top leaders train their teams on the importance of, and so I do it all the time. I crisscross the country. But believe it or not, one of my favorite businesses that I like the most out of all the other companies that I help, the only one that I build is Paycation Travel, okay? Tell you a little bit about the book you're going to hear tonight that I'm going to talk about tonight. I am a co-author and editor to Dr. Ron Mueller. Dr. Ron Mueller actually resides in San Diego on his yacht. He's semi-retired, and I carry the flag now with Mr. Mueller, helping people around the country save on their taxes. Actually, there are 3 of us. The other one is Sandy Bach, and he's not our competitor, but he does the same thing. So there's only 3 people in the United States, that travel the country helping folks save money by having a home business. Our publication, IRS, goes over our book every year, and they never suggested any changes. And so tonight, the information I'll share with you is documented. Tonight I'm going to teach everyone online how to recruit more, make more, and keep more. Okay, how to recruit more people, make more money, and keep more of your hard-earned. I want to ask you a question. How many of you have ever felt like you made a good wage, but you always still feel broke? Okay, and that was my wife and I. I don't come from privilege. I grew up, in a poor neighborhood, but today my daughter's walk-in closet is bigger than one of the bedrooms I had as a kid. My 3 bedrooms I had as a kid. We were broke as when I grew up. My parents didn't have any money. Today my mom's a doctor in psychology. And my dad's a plumber, but growing up, that wasn't the case. Okay, let me make that very, very clear. And so we struggled. And I don't know if anybody in this line could relate to struggling, but today things are different because of, the home base. Make something very clear. When we joined this industry, our first 2 years, my wife and I, we didn't make any money. So if you're new to the industry, you're not making any money yet, don't worry about it, okay? It will turn over. For 2 years, we didn't make any money. But now we're documented seven-figure earners. We made well over $3 million, okay? And that didn't happen overnight, all right? And so, I'm going to read something out to you guys for those who can see it at home. This was shared by one of my mentors. And for those who know Disney, if you've ever watched Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, there's a melody, and I'm going to read this, but I'll sing it in that melody, okay? It says, I-O, it's off to work I go. I work all day for half my pay. I-O, 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 I-O. And that is what every day work hard for their families, but just to give away half of their pay, in taxes. Now, one of my friends and colleagues, I've had a chance to have lunch with him and train on stages with him, is a gentleman who's very popular, Robert Kiyosaki. Now, Robert Kiyosaki, he invented what's called the cash flow quadrant. And some of you quadrant, but what's amazing about this quadrant? And once I understood this, it made me believe in business ownership even more. There are 4 types of quadrants. One is the E, that's an employee. One's a S, self-employed. One's a B, business owner, and one's an I, an investor. Now, I'm sure there's probably deciding whether you need to join Paycation Travel or not. Well, hey, you just ought to, okay? So you can join the business sector because, ladies and gentlemen, 5% of the world's wealth is fought over by employees and self-employed. See, when you're an employee, you're competing for a job. When you're self-employed, and so, but 95% of the world's wealth is shared between business owners and owners. We share opportunities with other business owners so we can build and make more money. So it's much easier in this United States, okay, and I know there are people all around the world on this call, become wealthy than it is to be broke, okay? So you always want to find yourself on the side of the B side, the I side. Now, let me get some hardcore numbers here. For those who do live in the States, the average income in the United States is $53,000. Okay, so this is important for illustration purposes. So the average income in the United States is $53,000. So I want you guys who are looking at home and who can see this, just determine what tax bracket you fall into. Okay, determine what tax bracket you fall into. All right, what tax bracket you fall into. Okay. Now, assuming that you make, let's just say you make the average salary. If you gross the average salary, then you fall into a 25% tax bracket. That means your estimated tax burden is about $13,000. So that means you only really bring home about $39,000. Okay, that's a challenge with that. In America, and this is from the data bureau, this data comes from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. Okay, the average family of 2.5 people, the average family has about $50,000 in annual bills. That comes in annual bills. Now here's the challenge with that, okay? Here's the challenge. Let's say you do bring in the average, let's say the average household, using this example, is $50,000 in bills, and you make the average salary, but after taxes, remember, you only bring home $39,000. That means you're $10,000 in the negative. It's terrible. $10,000 in the negative. Okay, but there's hope, right? Let's imagine that you and your spouse both make the average salary in the United States, but again, after taxes, you bring home $79,000 combined. Well, that would mean that if you're in the line today and you and your spouse both make the average salary, that means you bring home that means at the end of the year you have $29,000 in savings. Well, Bank of America puts out a statistic every year, and unfortunately in 2015, the average household only had less than $1,000 in savings. And ladies and gentlemen, that's not good. And we need to change that. And so how do most people try to fix this? They go get a part-time job. Okay, they go get a part-time job. They take money out of their homes. Okay, they try to take the money out of their homes and refinance their homes just to pay for debt in their lifestyle today. People work more hours, and they never see their family. And I know a lot of people want their children to have a better life than them. Okay, but ladies and gentlemen, one of the best lives you can give your children is to spend as much time around them as humanly possible. They're their major influences. Okay, but most people have to work more hours. Other people, they get credit cards, and they steal from their future just to live today. One of my mentors recently said to me, he said, the middle class America is poor people with credit. Poor people who live off credit. Think about that for a second. That's middle class America. But ladies and gentlemen, that doesn't have to be our story. Another way that people try to fix this, they take out payday loans. And that's not good. Okay, those are very, very expensive loans. And so, here's another statistic for you. Now, this statistics come from the Social Security Administration. I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Now, statistics show that among 100 of today's 25-year-olds who reach 65, one will be wealthy, 16 will have a higher than average income, 45 will earn an average income, 22 will be below average income, 6 will be so near poverty that they barely get by, and 10 will be on some type of public assistance. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how do you find yourself in that top group, the 1 in 16? Become a business owner. So kudos to everyone on the line tonight who's decided to have a home business. Number 2, if you can find a good one, hire bookkeepers. And number 3, create some leverage. Now, the people who tend to struggle in the United States and end up poor or live on very fixed incomes when they get older, those are people who are only employees. And when it comes to tax time, they use things that are advertised on TV. Ladies and gentlemen, if they're advertising for it on TV, don't buy it. Okay, that's all I got to say. All right, and so that's important. Now, how do we fix this? How do you fix this crisis that a lot of people are in? Well, first of all, you start a home business, and kudos to everyone who's on the line who started a home business. Number 2, take control of your taxes. Take control of your taxes. And how do you take control of your taxes? What do you do when you take control of your taxes? You take that extra money, you invest, you erase debt, and you save. Okay? Now, I can give you advice till I'm blue in the face. And like I said, I've done well for ourselves. More importantly, I've created multiple six-figure earners all around the world. I've helped so many people, create six-figure incomes. But that's nothing compared to the 2 people you're about to hear from now. One I haven't had a chance to meet yet. I can't wait. But the other one I've had a chance to meet. Now, guys, I want you to hear what Robert Kiyosaki and Oprah Winfrey have to say about the subject we're talking about today. And if you're new to the industry, you're not sure whether you should really run hard with your business, after hearing what they have to say, I think you're going to run harder with your business. So let's check out this video.
Let's go through some more of Robert's points about what he says. The rich teach their children that the poor and middle class do not. Main difference, you say, between the rich and poor lies in what we teach our children? Really?
Very much.
And it's a mentality. It's a total way of thinking, right?
Exactly.
Yes.
And it's really easy to change if you're willing to change the way you think. For instance, my poor dad's a very good man. For Japanese, he was 6'4", very smart, academic genius. But he always said to me, go to school, get good grades, get a job, and work hard. Save money. And well, if you want to be rich, that's not the way you do it. And instead of working for money, my rich dad taught me how to have money work hard for me. And that's why I've only had a job 4 years of my entire life. Other than that, I'm building companies or I'm investing, and that's all I'm doing.
Well, the subject of money is taught at home, not in school, you say, because most of us learn about money from our parents, and it's only good if you have rich dad mentality.
My message to people is, why struggle for money when you don't have to? It's that really simple. You have good advice. The problem is money at school. And so what we do is we oftentimes follow in our parents' footsteps. We may do different jobs, but we oftentimes follow in the same financial patterns. And my rich dad used to say, he says, you can't end poverty by giving somebody money. Giving a poor person money keeps them poor longer.
Yeah.
And that's what breaks my heart, because I want to help people
change the way they think.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things is that I noticed between my rich dad and my poor dad was the vocabulary. My poor dad was a PhD in education, very smart man. He had the vocabulary of a school teacher. And my rich dad had the vocabulary of a rich man. And so when I say to people, what's the first
What do you mean by vocabulary?
Well,
I know what the word means, but
right.
vocabulary.
Well, I sit around the dinner table and listen to both dads, and one would talk about algebra, geometry, and trigonometry. Nothing that ever made me any money. Mm-hmm. And my rich dad would sit there and he'd return on investment, assets, liabilities, discounted cash flows, etc.
And a lot of people use, what you just said about your house is a liability. It's not an asset. Most people think it is their biggest investment.
One of the biggest middle class traps, they say, my banker says my house is an asset. And my rich dad would say, if you can read a financial statement, you'll see, you can read that your house is actually a liability. I'm not saying house, and I like big houses, and I like the finer things of life. Just don't call a liability an asset. And what's trapping the middle class is they're buying liabilities they think are assets.
I like what you say. This is interesting, too, because I've always been a person who lived beneath my means. Now it's kind of hard to see. It doesn't matter. But I've always been a person who, because I just was reading about how the Chevy Chevette was the worst car, one of the worst cars ever made. And I had one of those little tin cans because that was the thing that I could pay cash for and not have to, pay interest and so forth. So I've always believed in living beneath the means, could really afford to pay for stuff, mainly because I hate bills.
Right.
Just hate bills. And you say one of the mistakes that middle class and poor people do is they try to look rich.
Yes.
So those are the first buy, the furs, diamonds, the big TV, and all the stuff, correct?
Right. Looking good and going forward.
Love that. Yeah. My brother used to call it not a pot kissing. But kind of same. I heard that too. Okay, they'll edit that somewhere. But anyway, it's the same principle. You have all this stuff. I know when I see people out and they got all the stuff and all the things, and but then when they go home,
they have bills.
They have bills.
And they worry, and their health goes down, and it's not worth it. The thing that I think most people don't realize is that there's only two kinds of money problems. One's not enough money, and one's too much money, and they're both problems. And you have to know how to handle too much money, as I'm sure you do right now. Otherwise, if you
watching it all the time, had a bad week last week. Yeah,
but it's a different problem.
Yeah, it's a different kind of problem. Yeah.
So when you have to have a plan to eventually have plenty of money, and then when you have plenty of money, you got to share plans.
Yes.
And so that's why people who win the lottery all of a sudden get all this plenty of money, and they go broke again.
And overwhelmed by it.
Right. Because they never understood how money worked.
Paul Rogers says he changed from a poor dad to a rich dad and now wakes up every day with a new outlook on life. Here's what Paul's story is. Paul Rogers, a divorced father of two, was making $48,000 a year as a firefighter and living paycheck to paycheck.
By the time I paid the house payment, the child support payment, food and utilities, with the two kids, it was really tough.
Last year, Paul discovered Robert Kiyosaki's financial plan.
He stresses three main things. Set up a home-based business. Number two, get control of your taxes. Number three, take that extra income and buy more assets with it.
He followed the steps and set up his own home business. It was easier than he thought and only cost him $300. With that extra income from his new home business and a pay raise from the fire, $300 a month, he started to buy homes that were in foreclosure.
You can purchase them undervalued, go in, carpet, paint them, fix them up, turn and sell them, and make more money.
With the money he made from selling those houses, Paul bought stocks, mutual funds, IRAs, and even set up an educational account for his children.
It has changed my outlook on life because this has given me more time freedom with my kids and more financial freedom. And the best thing is my income's gone from $48,000 to a little over $100,000 in a one-year period.
Wow. Oh, I bet you're impressed with yourself.
See, ladies and gentlemen, I love that video. That's what changed my life. I was tricked into going to a network marketing meeting back in 2000, actually. And, when I watched that was their meeting. They showed that video. That was their opportunity meeting. They showed that video. And all I could think about was, wow, I need to get into a home business. And at the time, I was making about 50 grand a year. My wife was making 52 grand a year. And I'm not telling anyone to quit their job. but I'd made $50, 50, in my home-based business, and I walked away from a $50,000 job. Okay, I'm not telling anybody to quit your job. That's just what I did. And you know, some people said it was a mistake. Well, hey, $3 million later, I don't think it was a mistake. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you know, what the gentleman said, he said, you know, you start a home business, you know, and that's what he did. And ladies and gentlemen, when you understand the power, and you can tell people or share with people the power of a home business here in the United States, you'll recruit more, you'll make more, and you'll absolutely keep more. And so let's look at the other part of this video, and I want you to listen real closely to what Robert Kiyosaki has to say and what Oprah has to say at the end. Check this out.
During the commercial break, you said what? Say it again.
You say that you can pay yourself first, pay your bills second, but if you do, you still can't afford to buy a house. Say you bought a house. How am I going to get somebody to loan me the money to buy a house when I can't pay when I can't fully pay my bills as I'm paying them, when I'm paying the minimum payment? Let's say that.
He doesn't understand the principle of pay yourself first. He's with a lot of people out there who are saying, look, I got the bill collectors calling. I'm scared to answer the phone because I don't have the money. So how am I going to now give myself money first when I got these people knocking down the door? That's what all these people are heads to. They're thinking easy for you to say from where you're sitting now.
Well, I sell. I'm a salesman. I go to work every day and I try to sell more and more and more to make more and more money, but that money is still going to my, so I'm not getting called by the credit collectors.
One thing that Paul said right there, he starts a home-based business. The tax laws are written against, tax laws are not equal. And you want what I'm going to get educated here. So the tax laws are not equal. So if you're an employee and you work harder and harder, the government's going to take 50% no matter what. So by being a business owner, which Paul did, he has tax advantages that the middle class and poor do not have.
Taxes are the biggest expense in your life as a salesman. The more money you make, the more the government takes. So get control of your tax first by setting up a home-based business. Take that tax savings now, pay down debt, and buy more assets in the real estate. And you said, well, I've got credit problems. I'm not going to be able to get a loan. Find owner financing. There's all kinds of opportunities out there. Most of society, though, will watch this show and then they'll go back to just sitting at home at night. You really have to change what you're doing in your life. If you're not happy where you're at financially, you've got to do something drastically.
Just saving money and investing is not enough. There's a complete mindset that goes on. I think that's what these people came.
Paul was saying, because we all mentality in this country, you work harder, it will pay off in the end. It does not, because the government always gets theirs.
Right. And then
Wow, and see, ladies and gentlemen, that did it for me. You know, I was 28 years old, and I didn't know anything about network marketing, but when Robert Kiyosaki said that the tax laws in the United States are written against employees, when he said that saving and investing is not enough, okay, when Oprah said you work harder and harder in this country and you believe it's going to work out at the end, but it doesn't, that blew my mind. Okay, and so I absolutely positively had to make sure that I was going to be successful and help other people become successful, you know, in the network marketing business. And so there are two types of taxpayers, okay? There are two types of taxpayers. Now, you decide which one you are, okay, but more importantly, you definitely want to be a home business owner. Well, the first taxpayer, this is what happens. You go through a three-step process. You work very hard to earn a decent wage. Okay, you immediately lose a huge chunk of those hard-earned wages to taxes. Then you get to live off of leftovers, or what some call take-home pay. Now, employees and W-2 wage earners only have a few deductions: mortgage interest in real estate, that's if you own property; standard deductions for dependents; gifts to churches and charities; and contributions to retirements. Now, for my small business owners on the line, those who are in Paycation Travel, you know, or those who have a home business, you go through a three-step process also. You earn revenue from selling goods or services. You spend whatever you need on operating costs to keep your business financially solid. And then you get to pay taxes on whatever's left. So, ladies and gentlemen, in our book, you know, this is a very easy read too. There's over 400 plus tax deductions. From your cell phone to travel. Travel's a big one, especially if you do it properly. Okay, to stationery, to computers, to bank fees, you know, credit card fees. What do you think about that? There's so many things that you can write off. And ladies and gentlemen, this year alone, over 30 of my team members, 30, brought home a $20,000 plus refund check. What do you do with an extra $20,000 in your house? You know, we had one young lady, she brought home a $17,000 refund check, and, you know, she was crying because that money, she had never gotten a refund check before since she's been working, ever. She got this refund check of $17,000, and she had no clue where her child's tuition was going to come from. She used that tuition, she used that refund check to now pay for his tuition. You know, I have some high earners on my team. Because of tax breaks, I use this concept to recruit people who typically say, no, I don't want to join your network marketing deal. You know, typically are super duper educated, you know, typically very well to do, and they think network marketing is below them. So I ask them, I say, hey, how are you saving on taxes? Everybody wants to save on taxes, and we all know that. And when I give them my book, I say, listen, here's my only autographed copy. I need you to read it and get it back to me within 3 days. And ladies and gentlemen, I recruited hundreds of people this way, because people who have half of a brain, okay, and if they're smart, they want to save on taxes. And when they read this book, they get excited about it. And the book, they can read it in one sitting, actually. We call it an airplane read or a bathroom read, okay? You can read it in one sitting. Now, what you need to do is work your business on a regular basis, okay? That's very, very important. And that means attend your weekly events, get on your webinars, get on your conference call, expose a couple of people a day, go out to eat at restaurants, okay, and prospect people, you know, keep their numbers and emails and talk business so you can write that off. I'm a big Laker fan. And, you know, recently my neighbor and I, you know, I took him to a Laker game to talk business. And while we were there, we had a chance to watch Kobe play. You guys get this? All right? Now, the government says you have to have an intent to make a profit. My first 2 years in network marketing, my wife and I, we didn't make a profit. We lost money for 2 years, okay? But you know the great thing is we brought home a $25,000 refund check the first year, and then the second year we brought home a $30,000 refund check, ladies and gentlemen, because we understood what's in this book. And I've helped well over 400,000 people throughout the United States change their lives because we've helped them increase their income, okay? So all the information you need about tax breaks are in the book, and I'm going to make it very easy for everyone to get the book tonight. Now, before the book, you know, for those who jumped on the call late, my wife and I lived in a garden apartment before the book, okay? Then after we got this book and we learned and we followed it, it taught us how to get bigger refund checks legally. Remember, the book is authorized by the IRS, and consequently, I was recognized by the Bush and Obama administration, okay? It taught us to recruit way more people. I personally, since I've been in network marketing, I've personally recruited well over 500 people. Close to 600, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, it taught us how to make a lot of money. And again, I've created multiple six-figure earners in this industry because we understand how to treat our business like a business, okay? And let me give you a little story. You know, when my wife and I received our second refund check of over $30,000, we did exactly what Robert Kiyosaki taught us to do. We bought a rental property. You know, we stayed in the middle. We had tenants at the top, and we had tenants at the bottom. We also used those refund checks to erase our debt, buy some assets, and you know what else? Have some fun. You know, this book and this information, again, taught me and my team how to recruit more, make more, and keep more, and that's going to happen for your teams as well. You know, again, today we reside down here in southern New Jersey. This is another little picture from our home. We get our team over all the time. I have a 10-foot by 10-foot TV because someone tricked me into going to a network marketing business, and we found this information, okay? We have dinner parties all the time where our team members come over all the time. You know, we have a great time. We party. We have fun. As I mentioned, I'm a Laker fan. We have our own custom-made basketball court. You know, I like playing basketball. My daughter does too, my two daughters. This is our house, ladies and gentlemen. This is what network marketing has done for us. But it's done this for many of our team members because we taught them how to treat their business like a business. And when people understand, you know, the tax breaks, you know, when you guys look at the presentations where you have your weekly event or your webinars, it always says you can save on taxes, but no one knows what to do. No one knows what to do. Well, now there have been many diamonds now I've done so many diamond calls recently because this is helping people stay in the game. You know, every once in a while you look at your back office and you see someone has canceled. When people understand the tax breaks here in the States, they don't cancel. This will help you with your retention, and you can get to diamond much faster if you're not losing people left and right, okay? I'm a big Steeler fan. I hope we have some Steeler fans on the line, but my wife and I get to travel to every Steeler game, you know, because we're stay-at-home parents. You know, we own a business, and it's done well for us. We go on so many business trips. We don't take paycations or vacations. We take business trips. You guys get this? We take business trips. And I believe chapter 11 will show you how to properly write off your business trips, okay? That's important. I don't know if you are familiar with this gentleman, Pastor Miles Monroe, a good friend of mine before he passed away. Just to put it in perspective, there's T.D. Jakes, there's Joel Osteen, then there's Pastor Miles Monroe, you know, advisory to Queen Elizabeth before he passed away, he and his wife in a tragic airline accident. Well, I spent 8 hours learning from Pastor Miles Monroe, you know, at his favorite restaurant in the Bahamas because we joined this phenomenal home business industry, okay? Here's Niagara Falls. You know, my wife and I, we took the kids on a business trip to Niagara Falls. You guys get this? Okay, our kids go everywhere we go on business trips. You know, I just spoke to, you know, Les Devinicourt down in Fort Lauderdale. He spoke to, you know, Mr. Michael Rivera. I believe I'll be in helping Mr. Rivera out or traveling in to do a Super Saturday, you know, soon or maybe this summer. Well, in Orlando, guess what? I'll take my kids with me too, so we can change that trip into a business trip. You guys get this? And have some fun with Mickey Mouse as well and write it all off. You know, I don't know if you guys are from Kevin Hart, but because of the neighborhood I live in, my neighbors are movie stars, so we get to go to every concert for free. You know, my kids got a chance to hang out with Neil and Kevin Hart. You know, we hung out with Kevin Hart, but the kids got a chance to see Neil, you name it. Here's another business trip that we took the kids on. You know, ladies and gentlemen, all because of the information in this book. You know, we go everywhere. We're so much fun. You know, we're home every day, all because someone shared this valuable information with us. And so, you know, what you want to do to help maximize and make more money, you want to build your business, or you want to build a basis, ladies and gentlemen. The government build your business says in the United States, all you have to do is work your business on a regular 3 to 4 hours a week. That's it. Okay, not every day. You don't have to kill yourself, but you want to get diamond. Okay, you want to have an intent to make a profit. And again, if you can get your hands on a good bookkeeper, use them as well. And so, ladies and gentlemen, you know, as I close here, you know, I hope tonight everyone understands how you're gonna recruit more people. Trust me when I say this. You want to recruit someone who's sharp, you get a copy of this book and you say, look, this is my only autographed copy. I need it back. When they read the book, they're going to want to join something. And who doesn't want to travel? Who doesn't want to save on travel? Imagine you can make money, save on travel, and save on taxes. Forget about it. That's why I love Paycation Travel. Okay? And so, ladies and gentlemen, now, for those who are listening tonight, and Mr. Reyes, you know, I love the fact that he's a great leader, and there are many diamonds on here. And, you know, like attracts like. The fact that he asked me to be on the call tonight, he knew that you guys assume this information and take it and use it for, you know, to better your businesses. But I always say this, you know, the number one way to hold a person back is to hide the information in the book. You know, for those who, you know, I don't want to infringe on anybody's religion, but for those who've ever read the Bible, you know, Matthew 25:14 through 30. If you haven't read it, read it tonight. Okay, get information like this, and you don't do anything with it. The God that we serve will take from the ones who don't have and give to those who do have. This type of information is paramount for long-term success in your life and in business. And so, hey, I'm going to make this real easy tonight for everyone to get the book. Now, before you look at it very clearly, I'm giving away some giveaways tonight. First of all, for everyone who buys the book, the gold package or the platinum package, I'm going to autograph each book for you and put a special message in it for you. That's number one. So you can use it as a recruiting tool. Number two, I'm going to give you a $200 value W-4 organizer so you can, for those who want to change their allowances on their W-2 and bring home extra money in your paycheck so you can do it right. I'm going to give you a report that costs over $200. That you'll give you a $500 goal setting packet. Okay, one of my mentors, the first recorded billionaire in all of network marketing, his name is Paul J. Meyer. He's trained me and some other folks on goal setting, and I travel the world training people on goal setting. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you this packet for free. It's a $500 packet. You're going to get. I'm going to give you access to my personal CPA. He charges $300 for consultation. You won't pay a dime. I'm going to give you his personal number. You can call him, ask some questions, because many people have tax questions all the time. Okay? So you can call him and get a full consultation, and he's not paying. And so for those who are looking at the webinar tonight, and you can see it, obviously you see the website there. I'm going to read the website and give you a code that's going to enable you to get all the benefits that I'm going to give away. I'm going to give over $1,000 worth of bonus gifts away for those who get the book. So the website you want to go to is www.t.ly/the-tax-saver. I'll read it again. www.b as in boy, I as in Ingrid, T as in Tom, dot L as in Y as in hold on. Okay, Y as in yellow, /the-tax-saver. Okay, you want to use, oh, they put it in the webinar. That's cool. And you want to use this passcode. The passcode is GDA88. That's going to be your coupon code, GDA88. Global Diamond Alliance. I love that. That sounds great. GDA88. You want to use that, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to allow you to get all the. Mr. Reyes, man, I'm so happy to be on the line and help out tonight. To my Filipino brothers and sisters, I grew up in San Diego, so you guys know what that means. I'm so happy to be on the line tonight, to be able to share, with your team, with your group. I appreciate your forward thinking and line tonight. I'm so appreciative to be able to share. I'll be doing another diamond call tomorrow that's going to help people increase their business, retain more of their distributors, and grow a phenomenal business. And so, Mr. Reyes, I think your line is muted out. I guess I'll unmute you. Nope, you're unmuted now. So, sir, I'll turn the call back over to you. I don't know if we have any time for Q&A, but if not, sir, the call's all yours.
Thank you so much, Diamond Rabu Gary. It's really an honor for us to have you on the line, and I'm so humbled with what I've listened and learned so far, and what you have accomplished so far in the industry. I myself has been a networker back home in the Philippines, and I've been off from the networking industry for 10 years. But nonetheless, I've learned so much, and looking forward to collaborate more with you and work hand in hand with you for us to both be successful in this industry. And of course, most especially our GDA team, or Global Diamond Alliance team. We wanted them to really from the very right person, and that's you. And we really appreciate you having time with us. And since that you are doing this for free, not charging us and at all with a single penny, and staying with us today, that's really, really an humbling experience for all of us here. And in behalf of our fellow diamonds here, again, they're all still here. Regional Diamond Joy de la Rosa, Executive Diamond Jojo, Executive Diamond Frankie Torre Flores, and all our strong leaders, international executives, national executives, regional executives, and executives, and all our travel partners, not only here in U.S. but most especially in around the world. We look forward to have you again on the next, create more possibilities with you. And again, thank you so much. And of course, for all the informations that we need to have, we will coordinate with the leadership regarding that link that you gave us, and we'll make things happen. Actually, it's already 10:44. You were just on time, Diamond, and thank you so much again. And this webinar, actually, guys, Global Diamonds Alliance family.